on this
That's
one
cool,
and
I'm
then
just
try that
saying.
on
We're a
this
much worse one.
That's what I mean. just in case things are actually.
It'll be better.
You'll see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Keith Gosted. I'm filling in for T.W. Hansen on Economy Superstar show tonight. My guest is Brendan O'Day.
Hey, how's it going, Keith?
Hey, Brendan. So, I only had a brief moment to familiarize myself with the T.W. Hansen Economy Superstar show program, but I gather it's all about how to make money. Or at least that's what Tim told me.
Oh, interesting.
I wasn't exactly sure what he wanted me to do. He did want me to mention, however, that the reason that I'm filling in for him is that he is working at Heiser Automotive.
We're apparently now we're shilling for Tim and his IRL.
So if you're listening, if you're in River West and you're listening, you should buy a car from Tim.
This is you all know T.W. Hansen, purveyor of fine Volkswagen TDIs and vintage Plymouth products. TW is presently in the sales training program at Heiser Ford Lincoln Lincoln, I guess, up on Silver Spring and Green Bay Road, and
Dissonant piano.
we have a piano star behind the keyboard over there,
yes,
practicing away. I don't know how much of that's coming through on the air tonight, but yeah, TW just started the training program there, and push down the pedal on your left. Push down the left pedal. Yep, the left one.
Pedal.
There you go. Awesome. It'll just be a little quieter then. We're on the radio right now. No, she's good. She can keep playing. Just left pedal. You're good. You're totally cool, kid. Go for it.
Yeah.
So
I encourage this, actually. I think this makes this broadcast much more unique.
Utterly no worries. Utterly no worries.
Totally cool.
So TW has joined the staff at Heiser. Had a chance to talk to him this morning.
What's their slogan? Do they have a slogan?
Be wiser by Heiser. I'm sure that used to be.
Don't be a miser. Spend your money at Heiser.
Something like that. Well, I think they want you to think you can be a miser and still buy Heiser. But the TW joined the ranks there. He's very excited about that, and so I'm surprised. Not surprised. I guess I'm happy for him that he feels like he's
don't
found
put that
something.
on me.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, there we go.
That's awful.
Just so we know what's going on here.
Okay.
So that's Keith Kostad
That's
on
on
the
my face.
camera there.
Yeah. Filling in for TW's face.
So there we've mentioned TW. If you have a late model 2000 or newer American or import vehicle, you just make sure that you set your sights on T.W. Hansen up at Heiser. They will give you cash on the spot for your car. There's a severe lack of good quality used cars in the universe today, so they're always looking for used cars, and they're not. I'm not saying they're paying a ton of money for them. The dealerships have to have enough margin in them to make some money, but a lot of times, car has a few small problems, and they can. They can give you a reasonable amount of money for your vehicle without it being a problem for. Sorry, I'm trying to get the sun out of there a little bit. There we go.
Is there a button, like a cough button, but it's a pick my nose button?
No, not at all. Okay. Sorry.
Just like
sorry. You are.
It's allergy season.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the webcam.
They always said I had a face for radio.
Yeah, it's good. There you go. I was a big fan of the webcam until people can apparently hack your computer and turn your webcam on without your knowledge.
Right.
Did you hear about the school that had webcams?
Really?
I just want this to come unplugged. It's a really dangerous little thing here. They had webcams, or they had laptops. Every student in the school was issued laptops.
Sure.
And apparently the principal had the power in the office to fire up the webcams on the when you'd open up the printer lid or the key, and he would turn cameras on and watch young ladies dressing in the morning, and
Really?
yeah, it's really kind of crazy. So
That's creepy. Oh, we got our first caller.
we have a caller.
Who can it be now?
Good afternoon, caller. How you doing? Who's this?
My name is Mr. Douchebag, and I would like to know who is working on the radio.
Give me that again one time.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I come from Jamaica, and I want to know, because I just heard about this radio, and I heard y'all talking about lots of things, and I want to know.
Kevin, are you sitting in the back room right now?
No.
Or are you out on the patio out in front of Fuel right now?
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you tuned in tonight. Thanks for hanging around and trying to make your friends laugh and call into the show tonight. What's the latest money making scheme that you're in on?
I want to know, what do you know about the radio? Do you guys like talking about porn?
So what? Wait now. You want to know on the radio? You want to know on the radio? Yeah, is that the kid there? Do you? We've got you now. You're
Come to the door of the River West Film and Video.
yeah. Come over to the window over here.
We can put you on camera.
Come on over to the window.
No.
Yeah, just walk over here.
Just come on. We gotta see who.
What?
you are.
I'm not over. No. I'm not over there.
What?
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm inside Jamaica.
You're not in Jamaica.
Yeah,
No, he said he was inside the Mecca auditorium, the old Mecca auditorium.
Is that what he said?
No, I don't know. These headphones I have on are giving me all kinds of weird sounds.
Yeah, there's people, there's feedback coming through. Hey, Kevin, thanks for calling in tonight. We're looking for people with their money-making ideas and their schemes and what they're doing to make money. And so if you got an idea, do you have a paper route or anything?
no, but I work inside Jamaica though. But
I saw a movie. It took place in Jamaica. A guy bought a motorcycle and went around selling reggae records to people. But then somebody stole his motorcycle, and the rest of the movie was all about him getting the motorcycle back. So I think what you want to do is, if you're in Jamaica, get a motorcycle, but get an alarm for it. And then instead of selling records,
sell motorcycle alarms.
Sell motorcycle alarms.
well, only I do inside Jamaica is make hamburgers at McDonald's, because inside Jamaica they got McDonald's there. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for calling in tonight, Kevin. You have yourself a great evening in Jamaica. I think that's Jamaica Station in New Jersey, and not Jamaica, the real Jamaica. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. So that was Kevin. Strangely, our first caller tonight at
was the
4.
MP3 player playing the whole time?
I've got it tuned down, so no, it's not playing anymore.
Oh, it was when you put the collar on. I noticed it, so I was just letting you know. I turned it off.
The music came up?
Yeah. Technical difficulties. It's okay
Interesting.
now.
It's not coming through the auxiliary.
I turned it off.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it shouldn't be unless it's cross feeding or something. So
Oh, good.
awesome. But anyway, so yeah, Economy Superstar. I think more than about making money, it's about being an economical person and being a person who finds deals, who lives as frugally as possible, getting the most value, I think is the highest order of Economy Superstars, to create great value in whatever you do. It's okay to spend money as long as there's a corresponding high level of value in anything you kind of get involved in. So if you have an idea for, if you have a money-making idea that works for you, if you have a way for people to save money, call in at 414-935-2951 here at River West Radio.
Wait. I'm hosting. Call in at 935-2951. Okay.
414-935-2931. And Hey, there's a lot of people with 262s.
Everybody knows, man. Everybody here is hit, and
So-
everybody here knows how to make some extra cash.
There you
Now,
go.
my question for you, sir, is
Yes, sir.
let's talk about early jobs. When the man is starving, when he's a young man, what were you doing?
I was 8 years old when I started my first business.
Really?
I was walking home from school, and there was a real estate office between my school and my house.
Okay.
And I would stop in every now and again at the real estate office, and they had a candy bowl you could grab a nice little butterscotch candy out of, and I'd talk to the receptionist, and I'd talk to the agents that were sitting around a little bit, and I noticed, I put two and two together that here's their sign, and then there'd be these real estate signs in the yards at various houses, and I noticed there was a house that the screen was like curled in on one corner of a house that was for sale.
Yeah.
And I stopped in and I said, "Oh, by the way, I saw this screen on a screen door that was not whatever." And I said, I can, they said, "Oh, that's really too." I said, "I can fix that for you." So I started at 8 years old. I started a screen fixing business for real estate little shops in my town, and it wasn't a big town. There were like 2 or 3 places. There was an ERA real estate,
Okay.
the arm, the muscly arm sign, but there was Richard Rogers Double R Realty, and an independent, and I did a lot of work for them over the years.
Was
so
the logo an R and another R backwards?
no, it was 2 R's, but it was in a horseshoe. They were Western wear people.
Oh.
His wife had a Western wear shop in the lower level of the real estate
Were
office.
the R's rhinestone covered?
No, they were not. They were. They looked like just rustic R's, like Western R's.
Like you brand on a cow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And so I did that, but I was also from a business owning family. So even though you couldn't legally have a paper route in my town until you were 12.
Right.
My brother was the circulation manager, so if some kid didn't show up because either there was like a threatening tornado or it had just snowed 22 inches, at 8 years old, I was the kid that got called out to go out and deliver newspapers in the middle of the night on a Wednesday night. We were a weekly newspaper. So I started out being the fill-in kid for the first 4 years. Then as soon as I turned 12, I got my own route. And then obviously immediately had a second route. And then my best friends had routes, so we would share each other's routes. If somebody was out of town, they'd do each other's routes.
So you've been a crazy hustler your whole life then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just working hard.
Yep.
Man. My
Yep.
first job that wasn't mowing lawns was 14 years old. I worked at a butcher shop during deer season, and
There you go.
I was one of the first people to process the deer as they came in.
Yeah, that's
Off
a
of the
horrific,
hunter's truck.
nightmare-inducing job.
No, it was great because now I'm no longer, my stomach isn't weakened to the sight of blood. So,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Or the smell and stench of dead things.
Yeah.
Which is great for whatever butchery I'm supposed to be committing, apparently. Whatever karma's trying to tell me.
But isn't there a difference between the butchery of a fairly
was
fresh
horrifying.
animal
No, because
and
these
cutting
hunters,
it open?
These were not fresh deer. They would kill them, and drive from whatever part of the North Woods they were coming from.
Sure.
Attached to the front, and they would sit around most of the time on the hood for like a day or two.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Heated up by the
they-
nice,
yeah.
the heat coming up off the
They
engine.
usually-
And
they
sure.
weren't like, oh, I just got one. Finally, let's drive back. It was more like, I got one. Let's drink a few more beers first.
yeah, we'll stay up here one more night. There's a good
Yeah.
party. And sure.
More than once, I was dragging them off
Sure.
the beds of trucks, and just like a rain cascade of beer cans were coming out with me. It was like the sound of a
disgusting.
just married car, only it wasn't a married couple; it was a dead animal.
Yeah, there you go.
So it was
Awesome.
pretty awful.
Awesome.
But that was my first job. So sawing the antlers off of those and doing other things to it in order to get it ready.
That's cool.
But then I stayed on for a while, and I got to see some of the sausage making processes, and I wasn't, because I had to deal with that first thing, shocked by anything that happened afterwards. So that was really,
And was the processing that went on, was that what age was that at? When did that start?
Oh, I myself didn't process anything.
But I mean, just the sawing of the heads and getting the antlers off and things like that.
Oh, well, basically, if you want to know what it was, they would come off the truck. The first thing we had to do was cut the legs off. Like,
I don't mean what age the deer were. I mean, how old were you when this was all taking
14.
place? 14. Okay, wow, crazy.
so, yeah, it was just before, it was like the freshman fall of high school there.
And was this a prestigious job in town, or was
No.
this like a low life job?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. The town I came from, I wasn't really social conscious at that point in time.
Okay.
I imagine that because most of the other kids from the town I came from got their jobs through their fathers, and
Sure.
got the scholarships that their fathers were putting out.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to have that. We
Yeah.
were allowed to watch other people get the scholarships with family names on them and things like that, and just go, huh, what's our deal? So it's yeah. So that's a crazy good job.
What's your best job that you've worked?
Ever?
Yeah. Well, I mean, besides the time in California that you worked in the films. You can't see this, ladies and gentlemen. But he is dressed like a director. I mean, he's got
How's that?
blazer.
How's that shooting that angle?
With this?
Oh, I suppose it's when I look away. When I look in there, there we go.
Because I'm rocking the boat right now. With
There you
the
go.
hand cam.
There you go.
Since you're the guest, I'm gonna put it on you for a minute.
Okay.
And let everyone.
I think if you pull it back to that corner,
this corner here.
yeah, it'll give you a
I
little
hope
bit
nobody's watching that.
better field of view. It'll make you nauseous.
Motion
Sure.
sickness. Fantastic.
The let's see, the best job I've probably ever had. Yeah, there's Ed Pasick hanging out. Ed Nugent, comedian, dancer in burlesque shows extraordinaire.
Yeah.
He's kind of crazy. The
Where-
Milwaukee Bomb Shafts.
A wearer of hats.
A wearer of hats
Yeah.
with his cigarette pack in his tobacco pack in his head.
Did he leave now?
No, he's just behind you. He's
right,
coming in
hold
here.
on.
He's just packing up a cigarette. So, yeah, there's Ed Pasick. Turn the camera around.
Legal-
He's
It's a legal smoking product.
yeah, he's just packing a pipe of something or packing a cigarette for later. He's gonna stop in here and say hey. So yeah. Hey, how's it going, Eddie?
All right.
What's happening, man?
Brendan O'Day.
Hey.
Hey, wait.
Doing
if you're
another-
gonna be on the radio. Be on the radio, man. Come in here.
Yeah, we can slide you over. We can have a third mic there.
I'll sit in for a little bit. Going to the outside tonight.
Oh yeah. It's the fourth Friday of the month.
Grab a seat. So we were talking about first jobs. Oh wait, you had to dash for a second.
Wow, he's left his coffee and he's panicking. Freaking the fuck out.
Talk about work. So here we are joined. This is the slowest I've done this yet.
So yeah, so Ed, we're talking about weird jobs or good jobs or bad jobs or first jobs. Is there a Steve Jobs in your past that you want to talk about?
I've had a lot of jobs. A lot of awesome jobs.
Yeah.
I think my all-time favorite though was third shift cashier at a truck stop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that could be either really fun or really creepy. So how much meth did you have to deal with?
From the truckers, quite a bit. A lot of them were pretty much busy forging logbooks and doing lines in the showers.
Really?
Sure.
That's pretty much status quo for that field. I mean,
Yeah.
the Schneider guys can't because they're dropped all the time. The fleet drivers, but as soon as you get one of these owner operators, man,
Oh, nice.
yeah, they pretty much get out of the truck and they call them lot lizards. Not hookers.
Oh, I've
they're
got a-
lot
Yeah.
lizards.
Yeah.
I've got a lot lizard story.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Lot
You don't?
First time I ever heard the term.
Yeah.
This is the actual story. It's not really that great, but I think it's kind of funny because I was out. This relates to one of my other jobs. For a while, I was. You don't have to watch on. Yeah, for a while I was working for an uncle of mine who has a hot air balloon. I was a crew member, and we went out to a balloon rally in Iowa, and they had an army truck out there, and the army was just going to put their balloon up no matter what, rain or shine. And so they started putting their balloon up in the middle of the rain, and we're like, well, we might as well just go out there and watch these because they were the only ones that were going to do this rally. That didn't happen. And on the side of their truck was a big sticker that said no lot lizards. And my mother, of all people, explained to me what it was.
Oh, outstanding.
I think that actually counts as the talk.
So apparently, the CIA doesn't have a no lot lizard policy when
Not
they're
at all.
protecting the president in foreign countries. But the Army has a steadfast and in fact highly advertised and
I
publicly announced no lot lizard
First of all, that's the
policy.
Secret Service you're talking about, man. We don't want to get on the wrong side.
Oh, I'm
of the
sorry.
CIA,
Yeah.
okay?
Well, yeah. Okay.
you know.
I'm
but-
sorry. I'm an old OSS guy, so what are you gonna do?
But yeah, I think they were going for more restaurant quality You know, I don't think they really wanted to lower themselves to lot lizards.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
They are frightening, absolutely terrifying.
Oh yeah.
They are. I mean,
The truckers or the lot lizards?
the lot lizards. It's like if you've ever been to now it's Solid Gold, but before it was Club Paradise. There's another place, Arts. It's another good place
Arts
to watch
Performing
people on
Center.
the way up or down because there it's hit or miss. You never know if you're going to catch a rising porn star.
Really?
Totally.
These are things I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
can't afford to go
I
to any of these
am
places.
neck deep in the adult industry.
In the adult skin industry.
I'm an aficionado of the
All right.
of sexuality, gender. I don't know.
So you've got better
I'm just-
jobs to talk about than either.
Oh,
Brendan or I,
yeah.
probably.
I mean, one of the things I do is I take off my clothes in public and people yell at my groin.
They yell at your groin?
Yeah, well,
Specifically,
they cheer.
specifically at his groin.
They cheer for my groin.
Did they talk to it like it's got a name and?
Some of them did when they caught a picture of it.
Oh.
You can, if you, there's a lot of websites out there. Most men don't know this, but there is plenty of lingerie for men, mainly man underwear. But they're great banana hammocks that can do all sorts of things. Enhance. Or the one I got, literally, it's just like a pocket on the outside.
Enhance.
Well, see, it's got this pocket
Yeah.
that your junk kind of sits in separated from it, so it's like an under. You know, it's no different than an underwear bra.
There you go.
That's the way to put it.
More false advertising is
support.
basically what it comes down to.
Actually, for me, it gives me inches when I'm dangling it because I
Okay.
like to
There you go.
just shake the hips and give it some altitude.
There you go.
I confess to having never seen your performances. I think I came in at the tail end of one, and you were picking up your clothes off the stage and heading behind the curtain. That was as much as I saw of it. I was trying to figure out what everybody was booing.
Wow.
Just
He was booing the end of the routine.
It's
More.
over.
We want
more.
They weren't. They weren't saying.
No,
boo,
that-
they weren't booing. They were going Ed.
They're going nuge, nuge.
It's okay. Sometimes I do play the villain, so
No,
I am gonna get murdered twice this week at the Miramar. My
Oh, awesome. Good for you.
We have the Milltown Kings
Yeah.
season closer there.
All right.
I'm gonna get killed in the first and second act.
I might see you there.
I get to live in the third one.
Hoorah.
I know.
That's pretty cool. So, outside of lot lizards and stuff like that, what was like your first job that you ever had?
First job I ever had was a paper delivery boy.
There you
I
go.
delivered the West Bend Daily News.
Holy cow! A
Any
lot of
the,
Washington County denizens on
Any of
this.
the River West Benders out there.
There you go.
This is as far as we usually get from West Bend or Slinger or any of that stuff up there in Washington County. If you're trying to make it big time, this kind of is as far as you get.
No, we made it to
What?
Washington.
To D.C.?
No,
Oh.
the other Washington.
Otherwise, Washington State.
I keep forgetting English major.
There you go.
That's geography, though.
So, so you're carrying the West Bend Daily News around downtown West Bend.
No, I did my neighborhood.
Yeah.
There was, oddly enough, the best tipper was the old lady who was the waitress down at the Ponderosa.
Oh, there you go. Always.
yeah.
She lives on tips. She knows what she
Ponderosa.
knows what life is like. Yeah.
Ponderosa used to be good in West Bend.
It did actually.
It used to be a really great place.
It was quite the classy family
I
joint.
enjoyed Ponderosa.
For West Bend.
I you know,
Well, it was like regularly clean.
Yes.
You know,
and they had pudding.
and they had pudding.
Lots
they did
of
have pudding,
pudding. So
chocolate
much
and
pudding.
butterscotch. Sure.
So much pudding.
But it's it's long gone.
Actually, I when I go to Ponderosa, I normally just make a little plate of nothing but ham cubes. The little
There you
tiny
go.
ham cubes, because
Sure.
they don't put slabs of ham on there. So the only way to eat a slab of ham is to go get like a pint.
Like
there a
of
way to-
ham.
1,000 cubes
A pint.
of
I like
ham.
how that's. I think next time I go in there, I'm just gonna get a pint of ham.
There you go.
Pint of ham cubes.
Order it like that.
I think they'd still make you get up and get it from the buffet.
That Ponderosa, of course, has gone out of business. But there is a Ponderosa over in Hartford.
Yes, there is.
Still
It's
functional.
on 60, right?
Yeah, right on 60.
Right on 60.
Yeah.
I went to a Golden
60
Corral
and
not
H.
too long ago with a friend of mine that we
Yeesh.
both know, Mario the poet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
It was his birthday, and it was he had
So he decided to poison himself for his birthday.
He had a coupon.
Because it's now rough enough going to the corral.
Birthday coupon to go to Golden Corral.
Wow.
And it was like buy one get one free or something like that.
Okay.
So we got all the way up there and couldn't get cell phone service on the smartphone to show him the coupon.
Oh, for like the
most-
Groupon
Yeah,
thing?
it was the most frustrating experience I think he had in some time. Especially
Sure.
given the fact that it was his birthday. And I feel bad talking about it, but I think he can laugh at it now. I think enough time has elapsed to where if by some miracle...
Was this like $100 back on your birthday or something? I mean, he's still feeling
no,
bad about
man.
a coupon? You think?
I don't, what is it, 10, 12 bucks to eat at Golden Corral?
Sure. Yeah. Like
That's
any
all-
all-you-can-eat place.
I mean, when's the last time you dropped
You got to
12 bucks
remember,
on
he
it?
drops
Yeah.
like $80 in his gas tank just to fill it halfway. This
Well.
guy's made of fucking money.
Hey, watch your language.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to get grants here.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a pork
Your
meat.
van.
It's right there. It's
Giant
that's-
gas guzzling demon.
My giant gas guzzling Honda. Yes, it's horrible. It's just terrible. It's just a gas
A
guzzler.
giant white van or a giant brown van at one time?
I had
Okay.
a white work van that I used to drive a
Yeah,
little bit
that's
every now
it.
and again.
Yeah, that thing.
And you know what? That 4.2 Chevy, that actually does pretty well. That gets about 20 miles per gallon, which is not bad when you think of its towing capacity. That little 4-cylinder Honda only gets 24. So it's really not that horrible, but
I
it's
get
still a lot of
16
gas.
with my motorcycle
16? Why?
because it's loud.
I think you have a poorly tuned motorcycle. I had
do.
an
Maybe
1100cc Honda
You
that
guys
got
should all
39
go to
miles per
Heiser
gallon.
Automotive.
You ought to go to Heiser Automotive, buy yourself a new Ford or Lincoln from
T.W.
T.W. Hansen,
Hansen.
Economy Superstar.
So, talking about Golden Corral did make me think of one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
OCB.
Old Country Buffet. No,
Oh,
that
Do you know they have a family night there, right?
they do.
Have you ever gone? Wednesday night is kids eat free.
But I don't have a family.
No, I'm not saying that if you have a family, go there. Well, if you do have a family, go there. You can.
I
you
have
can
a family, but
you
not
can feed those.
family.
If you have a swarm, OCB will feed it.
I think, but isn't it one free per a paid adult?
I don't know. Anyways, there's always a swarm of kids there.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to go in there on a Wednesday night. It's like the closest thing you can think of going to the zoo without actually being there.
By the way, people, call in if you got the fact that was an Encore family size reference that I did not too long ago. Number is 414-935-2951.
This is the Obscure Reference Radio Hour.
Yes. This is Trying Not to Swear with Keith Gustin.
Oh, there you go.
Again, the original name for my show was going to be that. But
Try not to swear.
Trying Not to Swear with Keith Gustin.
If he knows, he's seen me do my stand up. I am being incredibly good.
Oh, yeah. Well, you already dropped
Quite
the
reserved,
F-bomb.
quite controlled.
Yeah, but only once.
Oh, is that a call? Let's go to the hotline.
Hey, caller, who's this?
Hi, my name is Kishana.
Are you from Jamaica?
No, I'm from America.
AmeriCorps?
America.
Oh.
So what's your Old Country Buffet story?
They call up your ass on the corner. Tell up.
What?
Up your ass. And around the corner.
You're around the corner?
Yep.
Okay, great. What's your Old Country Buffet story? We're talking about buffet-style dining right now.
Did you ever save money at a buffet?
Did you ever go to an Old Country Buffet and get in to eat free, like on a kids' night? Did your mom pay for food and then you got like on a free meal?
With pudding?
No.
No.
Did you ever go
Alright.
to Baker's Square? Kids eat free.
Kids eat
TGI Fridays.
About 4.
What? Have you ever been to a restaurant? Do you know what a restaurant is?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a restaurant?
Yeah.
And what restaurant have you been to?
Up your ass on the corner.
What?
Up your ass around the corner.
Bath around the corner. Sorry, you got to enunciate a little bit better for us so we can hear you.
At Alice's restaurant.
That
You
just sounds
can
good.
get anything you want at Alice's restaurant.
Except in Alice.
Walk right in, it's around the back. Just a half a mile from the railroad track. And you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant.
Except in Alice.
Alice's restaurant. There you go. Hey, thanks for calling back in from Jamaica or wherever you're at there. That's awesome. Appreciate the call in there and the tight attention to the call request. That's awesome.
That's good. No,
Kevin or Chris or from America or
that was
Jamaica, wherever you're
Simon
from.
Cowell calling in.
Simon Cowell, all the way from jolly old England. Oh, I can't believe I did that.
Have you ever seen Hasselhoff eat a hamburger?
Everybody's seen that. It went viral, man.
No, it didn't. Not everybody. I've actually realized that some people don't see viral things. It's amazing.
Mostly blind people, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Folks that wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
This is the Dead Air
So,
Hour.
who do you
Keith Custin
think-
filling in for T.W. Hansen. Our guests today are Brendan O'Day and Ed Nugent, otherwise known as Ed Pasick.
Don't blow my secret identity. They'll know I'm allergic to peanuts.
People have seen you naked, Ed. I don't think secrets are your big thing. Yeah.
Great. Now I'm going to pick up an evil villain and he's going to know I have a peanut allergy.
So we did a really good job on the Alice's restaurant. I just want to throw that one out there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So one way that I used to save a lot of money was not eating. For a stretch, I ate nothing but Jimmy John's day-old loaves
Okay.
of bread out of the one on Brady Street.
Out of the Jimmy John's or the
Jimmy
dumpster
John's.
behind
No,
the Jimmy
I never
John's?
dumpster dived. I would get 48 cents,
Dumpster dove?
and I would go and purchase a day-old loaf
So
and
what?
eat peanut butter.
89 cents for a day old
48 cents.
48 cents for a
one of those-
14-inch loaf
Yeah,
of bread.
those big loaves of bread, and that would last me pretty much the day and a half.
Okay.
Because I would eat it with peanut butter.
Sure.
And that was the primary meal. Backup was a roommate of mine at the time, or just before that time period, was working for the some establishment downtown, and we came upon a 50-pound bag of rice,
Oh, there you go.
and that fed me for about 2 years.
Wow.
And that was all that we ate. We had a rice cooker in the house, and that was
Wow.
one of the ways that we saved money. But it wasn't so much that we saved money as that we just didn't have any money to spend in the first
Right.
place. But this is one thing that you guys can do. You can just eat rice. And the meal that I came to like because I needed protein, I was just crack an egg into the cooked rice, stir it really fast, and that cooked it sufficiently. Salt and pepper. It was great. So that was a money-saving recipe from Keith.
So go
Filling in
out
for
and buy
TW
yourself a $120 rice cooker.
No, don't buy yourself one.
Steal a $120 rice cooker.
You get one from your friends or family for Christmas or for your birthday or what have you.
Get some friends and family.
You can make rice in a
Pretend to
pot
believe in
on the
Santa
stove.
Claus.
It does work. I've seen it.
And get yourself a rice cooker as a gift.
I'm sure if they're doing it in the jungles of Asia, I'm pretty sure you just need metal and fire and rice.
I think
Maybe some
I think
water.
you're oversimplifying this. I think you're not absorbing
That was
the
how I used to do it. I didn't
the
have
American consumer ethos.
You say you're dumpster dove, right?
No, he
I
never
never
did.
did.
He's
Okay.
claiming he never did.
I
'Cause
did
you
get-
missed
Claims he
out.
never
No,
did.
I know. I had a lot of friends that would dumpster dive. We should actually. This is dumpster diving techniques with Ed Nugent. Would you please tell me, sir, what sort of techniques you would use to dumpster dive? Because what I'm fascinated by.
The first thing is you have to know what you're looking for.
Okay.
What do you? If you're just going random,
Yes.
you're better off enjoying the evening walking through residential alleys.
Residential.
If you're just looking for random and you don't have a specific goal in your mind, residential alleys will give you the widest plethora of dumpster diving available.
Okay.
You can get recyclables. You can find things people are casting, throwing away.
This is for everything, not just food.
No, this is just out of just curiosity of what's out there. What are people throwing away? It's
But
just
isn't
if
digging
you
through personal
property.
Well, you don't. You're not. You don't dig through personal property because
No, I think actually the Supreme Court has decided that once you put it in the trash, it's fair game. Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't root through it. I mean, not unless you're looking for like mail or something for identity fraud. You only do that for that reason. Otherwise, no. Residential, you more or less just stroll through the neighborhood, pop lids, and see if there's anything big, cool, bags of clothes, boxes of stuff. Because in River West, if you notice, if it's on the curb, guys, it's free. I don't care if you had a price on it or whatever. If you leave it on the curb and you're not out there with it and it's gone, whatever.
That's how I got my motorcycle.
Cars aren't included.
You didn't want to cause no trouble.
No, I mean, if you're looking for food, you typically go. You're going to want to go to a grocery store, and not like a restaurant, because restaurants are just going to throw out people's plates ends. Yeah. They're not going to, and they will not let you eat that, and you don't want to drink out of the grease vat. But if you're looking for food, go to a grocery store, or a food processing plant will often sometimes collect their day olds, bread and baggers. So you can go to the Hostess or Frito-Lay factories, because this is why I brought this up. In West Bend, we had a Frito-Lay packaging plant where they would make them, and all the day olds would go in their dumpsters. And for the longest time, they never broke them. So it was just unopened bag of expired Doritos. And it's like expired Doritos is like saying an expired martini.
Right. Well,
no, that's true. I mean, Doritos, I guess they go bad, but not terrible.
Well, they've got to get them off the shelf before they're even going to go stale. So their expiration date is 2-3 weeks before they're even going to be even remotely bad.
Yeah.
But then they started popping the bags because too many people were
still didn't care. All that made us have to do is bring our own. So we found we actually got more because we were able to shovel faster in garbage bags before the security guard came out than we ever were able. Because like trying to grab all those inflated bags, you get all that air. Well, we weren't getting the air anymore, and we got it down to a science. Actually, if you know him, he's a local in the neighborhood, Barney. Barney used to go down there a lot. He used to, that Frito-Lay, that was like that. And then the bakery, the downtown bakery. Yeah. Bakeries are often really good at giving you their day old.
Right.
Grocery stores, they're going to put it in their dumpster, but bakeries, you might actually be able to, if you look hungry enough and you're cool enough, and you might have to sweep up. But no, dumpster diving is usually the best if you really know what you're looking for. I used to dumpster dive electronics and like Milwaukee PCs all the time because they throw out what they thought was garbage, but it's like there's a lot of potential in those pieces they throw out. Now that rarely ever happens because the price of gold is, and the recovery process on that is great because, I mean, China loves all that arsenic.
Yeah, nice.
Wow. So,
well, and you know, you could even find the odd RAM, 128-pin RAM or whatever, and usable stuff. It was always kind of crazy.
Hey, man, we run this on probably the power of your cell phone.
Right. Yeah.
Man. So this truly is an economy superstar sitting here at this table.
This is, yeah.
I mean, exactly. Getting around, that's something.
Well, me and my wife have always tried to live in a way where I've never wanted to be a millionaire. I've just wanted to not need more than I like to keep my expenses to a minimum. I just don't want to have money. No. I don't want a lot of money. I want the least I possibly need because it's a pain in the butt. Just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, to have stuff. Well, it's just, we bandy about this world of comedy. And to go out on the road, which is what I try to primarily do and not be in town on weekends, it requires a PA system. And when it was time to buy the PA, a bunch of guys have PAs locally here in Milwaukee, and one of the biggest challenges is their PAs would be underpowered for the room you were doing. They didn't have the proper ability to get the sound projected out to the room. Either units that they had to mount on the floor, they didn't have stands, whatnot. So I decided that I was going to have, not only was I going to have enough power, I wanted a room for 250 people at minimum. That was my jumping off point, and that requires 15-inch drivers, which are these massive cabinets. So between that and a fairly powerful 600-watt amp, and then pneumatic stands that can literally get the sound up to about 9 feet up above, and just project out. The funniest thing, it's like some of the heaviest weight equipment I've ever had to own in my life.
Oh yeah.
And I'd much rather. I used to be a drummer, and it was a lot of pieces.
I used to be a roadie.
It was a lot of pieces, but it it was no big deal because everything was light. Even the toms mounted on a base is still lighter than a single 600 watt head unit. So I'm figuring I'm gonna have to start a new weight lifting program just to be in shape to carry the stuff that we're doing as we go out on the road. So
Oh yeah. I had buddies who were DJs, and I used to just roadie the equipment.
Yeah.
And they had 25,000 watts of sound. Man, this
Holy
was
Christ.
setup.
That's a lot of metal.
We wheeled the racks into the joint. We just literally had this giant. It stood about chest height, so 4.5 feet tall,
Sure.
and it was just. All the bottom was limiter, compressor, and then it was just all watts on there down, and then the PA was on top. But that thing, it took like 2-4 guys.
Sure,
and
just
we
to
were,
even get it rolling,
and this is when we're all like, I mean, we were in our prime. This is like 18 to 22, and we were all working construction. Man, we were just brutes, and this stuff was just heavy, and speakers and such.
I don't know. Do we have time for a call here?
we're gonna bring in one last caller here on the air. Hey, you're on River West Radio. This is the Economy Superstar Show. Who's this?
It's your mama.
It's my mama.
Your mama or ex-mama?
This is super hilarious. See, if you don't fully develop a fake character as you call in, it really, it leaves everybody kind of wanting. You could be Darren from detention. You could be Peter who got left home alone tonight without his mom and dad. You could do all kinds of things.
Cut him off.
You could do all kinds of things, but you're not helping us out tonight. So you guys have a great night.
Let's
Thanks.
demonstrate really quickly how to do this. All right. I'll play a character. Would you like to play a character? Would you like? I think I'll play a character right now. Go ahead.
Oh, am I just calling?
Yeah.
Okay. Or you're calling in?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
What's your issue tonight, caller?
I wanted to talk about the economy.
Fair enough. What's your take on the economy?
I don't much like paying taxes right now. I don't think I'm going to get myself out of this system. I don't want to be involved in Social Security. That's not going to be around much longer than that. I think I'll drop out of that thing there.
Well, what steps are you doing to extricate yourself from that?
Well, I started racing a little bit more. I got a dirt track out back, but I'm charging people to come to it.
We started moonshining.
There's my cousin. He's a little soft in the head.
That's totally awesome. How he can get on the same phone call. You guys on speakerphone tonight? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
I'm in the back.
He's just yelling his head off. He does that once in a while,
Try not to yell on mic. Try not to yell on mic if you want to be in the back. Otherwise, you sound like you're right up front.
Problem with him, he on the phone upstairs.
So what do you, like I say, there's a lot of ways to get yourself out of the Social Security system and out of the IRS system. You're doing some moonshining, anything harder than that or anything? Because, the deal with the moonshining isn't so much the licensing, it's that you're stepping on the toes of the distilleries and they own the politicians. So are you doing anything that's a little less, drawing a little less attention to yourselves?
Well, not a little less. It'd be a little more. We do a little shake and bake once in a while. It's just a thing that we like to do around the parts. But I don't like to talk about that too much because they come on and get you. And you're going to be up in the creek. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you.
Also growing mutant soy for Monsanto.
Quiet down there.
One of the great things is
arms and legs.
I say shut your mouth.
since the acknowledgement of Enigma, we do know that, or Echelon, we do know that the federal government does record everything that's broadcast on the internet. So just for full disclosure,
Do you think I sound like Shaggy in real life?
Hey, I told you not to eat any more of them Scooby snacks. You got a problem with your head now, son.
end scene. That's how you do a character.
That's how you call in with a fake character. You just have to find something. First of all, you have to find a motivation, and it helps to kind of develop like a history of the character. For instance, my character has a smoking problem, which caused his voice to sound like that. It's a little bit southern, perhaps.
I think next week maybe do prank calls.
Well, I think
Yeah, no, I don't know that Jerky Boys goes over all that well. I think it's been done.
Let people
Yeah.
try to prank call you.
Let people try to call
You
it.
guys seem to handle that like a pro.
Well, it's just, I think the best way to handle it is take it extraordinarily seriously.
Brendan, how about a prank response?
Prank response. Yeah, you've called into the West Bend Police Department. We're here to. I don't know. That's stupid.
You're not.
Anyway,
I'm
see,
much better at this character development thing. I try to tell you, you got to get yourself a character and a voice and a history, and just do it from the start to get. Thank you.
there you go. It's a special night here. Keith
Special with an
Gostad has been
asterisk.
hosting for Economy Superstar
filling in
T.W.
for
Hansen.
T.W. Hansen, who's currently working at Heiser Automotives and selling cars.
Selling cars.
Selling cars at Heiser.
Selling cars. TW's been on a lifelong pursuit of all knowledge automotive, and so you're not going to get a sales rep that has more field knowledge and more product knowledge than him. And he's an enthusiastic guy, so he'll make sure that you get taken care of. So we're not going to specifically advertise for Heiser, but go see our good friend TW Hansen, unless they'd like to underwrite the show.
Don't buy from them. Buy from Tim.
That would be great if they would love to put up $800 to underwrite the show. That would be freaking awesome.
Theoretically.
We need $800 here at River West Radio for an ASCAP credential so we can legally play music.
Yes, the music that was played earlier tonight was actually the Fundamentals with Keith Gostad at vocals. That's me singing with my friends Nick, Ross, and Kelly was on that recording.
You mean like legally play regular stuff?
Yeah,
play
like
your own
legally
stuff.
play Beck and Metallica. But you for a low power license, you have to get an ASCAP authorization code, and what that means is you basically give them $800, and then they divvy up that $800 to all the artists and that are presently represented.
Lars gets a penny, and that's all he needs, and he's happy.
The recent thing is currently the artists are coming back out after the downloaders now instead of the record labels, because while the record labels were really abusing them, the download companies are paying them about the same. But the download companies like iTunes, they're not investing in bands, like they're not signing anybody to labels anymore. So bands no longer, they're losing that insurance that, hey, I had a 6-record deal with BMI, that's going away.
Sure.
Good friend of ours.
It's been gone for a long
James
time.
Murphy's told me about that actually, and basically came out and said, don't bother with iTunes if you're starting up as an artist, because they're not going to give you fair share.
Well, I think that's where things like Reverb Nation have just taken off, SoundCloud and things like that.
Basecamp.
Yeah, those things have all just exploded.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure, but I think we have a shoplifter right outside our window right now.
No.
What's he got?
I think he might have borrowed something. I'm not sure. That or he's a character trying to do the 25th anniversary
Ice.
of.
That's my stalker.
Iceman.
I didn't want to tell you about that.
Is that what it is? Is he's
Shoulder.
recovering?
So,
So, all
let's
right.
see, Economy Superstar show here. Keith Gostad filling in for T.W. Hansen. My guests are Brendan O'Day and Ed Nugent once again. So let's talk about something else. Let's say the recent gigs that you're working on, if you have anything you'd like to promote, because this is how we make money. We promote ourselves, we promote our products, we promote Ed's nudity.
What do you got coming up, Ed?
I have this Saturday at 9. At the Miramar, the doors will open for the Middletown Kings Red Carpet Affair. It is the season closer. It's the last chance to catch them before September. And then June 21st, Club Anything, I will be performing with the Ryan Mason, Jeff Lampton, and Jason Hillman. And Jeremy J, I believe, is hosting the Uncensored Comedy Show. We're going to start, I think this is going to start being a bi-monthly thing with Club Anything, but it is a completely no-holds-barred, uncensored comedy show down at Club Anything on the 21st. It should be interesting. We're closing the set with a Storyteller's Aristocrats.
Oh.
So we will be telling, all 5 of us will be telling part of the Aristocrats.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Those are the 1%ers that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, so that comes up on that's on the 21st of June. You
That's
also
a
have,
Thursday.
and then you have the Saturday show this Saturday, the 26th at Miramar.
Yep.
One quick plug for you guys here tonight: mkefunny.com. Contact Jason Evans for tomorrow night's 7:15 and 8 and 9:30 shows at Joker's Comedy Club, both Friday and Saturday.
How's that going for
7:15.
you guys out there?
Let me finish the plug. Thanks. Appreciate the interruption. That's
Hey.
awesome.
Censor yourself for a moment.
Jason has pairs of tickets to the Jimmy Walker show, and you can get in on that. Get a free pair of tickets to see Jimmy Dynamite JJ Walker. Jimmy Walker has been a stand-up comic for the better part of 35, going on 40 years. He has some amazing Hollywood stories, and one of the coolest things is he's one of the most bitter human beings you will ever want to come across in your life.
That's what I want.
He is fabulous. So make sure you get a chance to go check out Jimmy JJ Walker at Joker's Comedy Club. That's it's 114th and Silver Spring Road, out near the intersection of Highway 45 and Silver Spring Drive in the far reaches of Milwaukee. Out at Joker's Comedy Club. It's going to be a great night, some great shows. And contact Jason Evans at mkefunny.com. As far as what I've got coming up on June 15th, I'll be at the Kewanee Inn in Kewanee, Wisconsin. We're doing a show there. It's $10 show.
How far north is that?
That is about 10 miles south of Green Bay. So you're about an hour and a half
On
from
41 or 43?
You go up 43, you take the exit for Manitowoc, and then head up right along the lake. It's a beautiful little town. Probably the coolest thing that's ever happened when I've done shows up there is that you can literally walk bar to bar to bar through the main part of downtown carrying your drink with you, and cops just wave you off. They
It's
don't
like
give
Mardi
you-
Gras up there.
It's unbelievable. It's one of the coolest things I've experienced in 20 years. You haven't been able to drink publicly, and that's all. They just understand what people are doing. Nobody's causing problems. Nobody's whipping drinks at passing cars. Everybody's just having a good time. And then on the 26th, I'll be at the River's Edge Resort in Waupaca, Wisconsin, performing there. And so that's another $10 show. Those are both at 8 o'clock. Good shows, good times. If you know people up in the central part of the state, in the Green Bay area, let them know that there's a good show down in Kewanee. So those are the next two shows I've got coming up.
Great.
And, but every Wednesday night at Stage Right Bar in the Stage Right Bar, which is in the Miramar on 2844 North Oakland Avenue on Milwaukee's east side. We have an amazing open mic. Starts at 7 o'clock. Sign-ups at 6:45. And we end each show with a 20-minute super slot. Last night's super slot performer was James Irvin Berry, a national headliner, who stopped in. He was awesome and punched out 20 minutes of brand new material. And he was really great. It was nice of him to stop in. But we've had Eric Allen from Minneapolis. We've had Robert Feda from Scottsdale, Arizona. Guys just passing through. Richie Stratton from from Portland, and it's just a really cool thing that word is out on the road where a comic can come and work out 20 minutes of material. There just aren't a lot of open mics where veterans can get 10 minutes and new people can get between 3 and 7 minutes based on your experience, and then a working road comic can get 20 minutes to really either put stuff together like they've never arranged it before. They can get new information out and just do a nice time and have a nice receptive audience. It's kind of cool.
Fantastic.
So
Wow. That's great.
It's always nice to be able to walk into a room.
Yes. I am doing a River West. In River West, we're having the Midwest Small Press Fest. It's coming up on June 1st through the 3rd. Just want to give a quick plug for that. My magazine, Burdock Magazine, is having the 11th issue coming out just across the street here at the Jackpot Gallery. So come out to that on June 2nd at 7 p.m. And during the afternoon on June 2nd, come over to the Polish Falcon if you're in River West and check out the tables. The opening reception is the night before, Friday night, at Woodland Pattern. There's also going to be some stuff happening at the Nut Factory, so find out about that. If you can't find one of those brochures at Woodland Pattern, you can find one at the East Side Library. And that's it for the Economy Superstar. I'm Keith Gostad, filling in for T.W. Hansen. And I want to play you out right now with some more of the fundamentals with me, your host, Keith Gosted. Take care.
Telling me nothing, and a scour pad, a red light, and I'm loafing around. I got my hands-free headset, as the bus blows by.